All right, guys, new bow. Got this a couple months ago, just about 2 months, maybe a month and a half. I was due for a new one. What can I say? PSC Omen failed. The limb broke once after a year and a half-ish, and then again 2 weeks after I replaced it, it's done. Hoyt's known for their durability. We've seen the tests. We've seen the Podium Archer dry fire tests. We've seen Extreme Outfitters durability tests they did. I want a bow that's not going to fall apart after much rugged use. And already been putting the Hoyt Satori recurve through the ringer since last August, about almost 6 months, and it's been doing just fine. So let's go Hoyt, right? Let's get serious. We did, I did want to put it against the top competitor Matthews Arc, just to make sure I wasn't, being slighted the better option. And the draw cycle of this was much more even and smooth throughout the whole process. It had less grip torque from just me applying side-to-side pressure at full draw. And with a whisker biscuit, not even a drop away rest, shot a bare shaft perfectly straight almost 100% of the time. I think there was one or two where it was slightly knocked right or left, and that could be from grip pressure or bad release. Whereas the Matthews, I think maybe it got once out of all the times I shot with the bare shaft. Almost every other time, even with the drop away rest, it was either slightly knock right or knock left, and I did a video of that, so you could go check that out. I want to know what's going to give me the best arrow flight right out of the gate without having to shim or mess with the limb shift or this new XTS tuning system. I want to know what's going to give me what's going to be the cleanest arrow flight right out of the gate. And the Hoyt RX10 Ultra definitely, in my opinion, from my testing, my initial impressions, beat out the Matthews Arc. So, enough of that. What did we get? We got the RX10 Ultra all tombstoned out, if you can see that. I was thinking about getting Sandstorm, but I don't know. It was just a little it was like tan but limey, like a tan limey, and I just don't like that mix. They didn't have the Georgia clay, and even if they did, that's just a little, it looks good, but to have it day in and day out might just be a little too much for me, in my opinion. So we went with Tombstone. They didn't have Blackout available. I could have ordered it, but kind of like digging the Tombstone. I like it. It just looks really good with the contrast of the black pieces, the black cams, limb pocket, the black grip. We got black strings. We got the Ultra. So this is a 33.5-inch axle to axle. It is a 6 3/8 inch brace height. It's 70 pounds at 30-inch draw, which I measure at just about 75 inches wingspan. I think it's just under, divided by 2.5. My draw length is technically 29.7, 29.8. So I just rounded up to 30. It feels comfortable for me. I shot 29. It was too short. 31 was too long, obviously. We can fine tune that later. Maybe I'll take it down to 29.5 later, but got the Tombstone quiver, 2-piece, because 1-piece I just feel like it's just not as sturdy. I feel like bolted down to 2 separate parts gives it more stability, just makes it more sturdy, in my opinion. Didn't get any stabilizers because I think this should be just fine. I don't really like a lot of stabilizers anyways. I don't think it does that much, and in my opinion. And this little stubby that it comes with on the bottom adds about, it's like the Same as having a 6-inch stabilizer up here. I didn't get the Go sticks. I probably should have. I had these cheap limb legs that I put on, and I ended up dropping my bow because my release failed on me. I think it's something happened where it was too hot. And point being is it gave way before I was at full draw, and I ended up dropping the bow on the ground, which the bow is in perfect condition. But that Bojack quick stand is what it's called from Cabela's. You get it like 10, 15 bucks. Completely just broke. It was made of cheap plastic, obviously, but it left a little kisser mark here. Just a plastic rubber stain. But the limb is completely fine. Nothing wrong. Still shooting like a champ. We did get a new sight. We upgraded the sight. We got the Spot Hog Boonie sight. Super excited to be shooting with this. We got the 3-pin vertical as well. Obviously the Arc 10 Ultra has the XTS tuning system. This works really well. I was able to tune to a bullet hole very fast. However, I was messing around with it with different spine arrows, and I did end up stripping this left bolt on the tuning system. I was turning it, and I think I went the wrong way, and it went a little too tight past the distance it's allowed to go, and it tore, or it stripped out. So I brought everything to neutral, and I was still shooting bullet holes. So it wasn't really that big of a deal. However, that did surprise me given Hoyt's durability claims. But I talked to my pro shop. They got involved with the rep at the ATA and got that new nut right away. Replaced it within 2 weeks. Piece of cake. Works like a champ now. So no complaints. Top notch for Hoyt customer service. Obviously got the standard Redworks strings, right? Apparently these are supposed to be better for Hoyt than even like gas, though gas bowstrings are obviously, I've used them and loved them and have good reputation, but Hoyt suggests to keep their Redworks strings. They say it's better fine-tuned for their Hoyt bows, so we'll see. I just think that the carbon bow, I know it's expensive. It was about, honestly, $2,500 for the whole thing. The quiver with the quiver and the Spot Hog sight. This is the same rest I just took from my PSE Omen. I traded in my other Spot Hog sight with the PSE Omen. I actually got about 400-ish store credit for that trade-in with the PSE Omen. So I was able to take that off this price. So this ended up being about $2,500. Normally it would have been close to $3,000 with all that. So got a little bit of a discount. So if you're gonna get a new bow, it might actually be a good idea to trade in one of your older bows so you can get a little bit of a discount on your new bow. Might be a good idea. I do think that I just wanted the best of the best, and Hoyt has a reputation for having the most durability out there. I want a bow that won't fail on me and will keep shooting. And the fact that it was shooting true, just absolute perfect flight with bare shafts right out the gate, it just goes to show me that even when they're tuned, they hold their tune. The carbon riser is supposed to be more durable, more rugged, more stiff, more tough than even their aluminum version, and I just want the best that's out there. You have this I-beam construction that's obviously trademarked with Hoyt, just to give that extra rigidity in the riser. So that's the new rig. Drop a comment. Tell me which bow you're using. Tell me about a new bow that you picked up if you did, and if not, why not? Why are you sticking with your older bow?